Welcome to your daily 10-minute global news roundup for August 9th, 2025. We've gathered the biggest stories making waves around the world today, from breaking emergencies to surprising discoveries, tech shifts, and entertainment buzz. Let's dive right in. In a world that moves faster than ever, staying informed can feel like a monumental task. Here we cut through the noise to bring you the stories that matter most. Our commitment is to provide you with a clear, concise, and comprehensive look at the day's most significant developments. So, thank you for joining us. Let's get started. We begin tonight in California, where a state of emergency has been declared in several counties. A series of fast-moving wildfires, fueled by relentless winds and dangerously dry conditions, are tearing through residential areas, forcing tens of thousands to flee. The main blaze, dubbed the Sierra Inferno, has already consumed over 150,000 acres, with containment still at 0%. Firefighters are working around the clock, battling not just one fire, but a complex of them that have erupted almost simultaneously. Evacuation centers are overflowing, filled with families who have lost everything. We're hearing stories of harrowing escapes and first responders risking their lives to save others. The air quality has plummeted to hazardous levels for hundreds of miles, affecting millions far from the fire lines. Authorities are pleading with residents to heed evacuation orders immediately. The cause of the fires is still under investigation, but officials point to a combination of prolonged drought, record-high temperatures, and erratic winds. This isn't just a random act of nature, it's a direct consequence of a changing climate. The psychological impact of this displacement and loss will be felt long after the last embers are extinguished. We spoke with one evacuee, Maria Rodriguez, who had only minutes to gather her family and pets before fleeing. Her story is just one of thousands, a chorus of voices united by a shared tragedy. The response from the community has been a beacon of hope amidst the devastation. Volunteers are pouring in to help at shelters, donations are being collected, and people are opening their homes to strangers. This outpouring of solidarity is crucial, providing not just material aid, but also a sense of community and emotional support. As we continue to monitor this developing story, our thoughts are with the people of California and the brave first responders on the front lines. The road to recovery will be long and arduous, and the questions raised by this disaster about land management, climate policy, and community preparedness will demand answers. This is a story that is far from over, a painful chapter in the ongoing narrative of our relationship with the environment. Stay tuned for more updates as the situation unfolds. Now for a story that sounds like it's straight out of a Hollywood movie. For over 3 decades, a family in rural Michigan used a large, unusually shaped rock as a doorstop. Little did they know, that humble doorstop was a nearly perfectly preserved skull of a juvenile Tyrannosaurus rex. The discovery has sent shockwaves through the paleontological community. The story begins in the late 1980s when the family's grandfather found the object while hiking in Montana. Unsure of what it was, he brought it home, and it served its simple purpose for years. It wasn't until the grandson watched a documentary about dinosaur fossils that curiosity was ignited. He sent photos to a nearby university and the response was immediate. Paleontologists confirmed it was the skull of a young T-Rex, estimated to be around 68 million years old. The skull, now nicknamed the Michigan Rex, is considered one of the most significant paleontological finds of the 21st century. It offers a unique window into the life of a young dinosaur, helping scientists answer long-standing questions about T-Rex's growth rates, diet, and social behavior. The discovery has attracted the attention of museums and private collectors worldwide. The fossil has been preliminarily valued at several $1 million, a life-altering sum for the family. They are now navigating the complex world of high-stakes auctions and museum negotiations. The family has expressed a desire for the skull to end up in a public museum. This incredible story serves as a powerful reminder that history is all around us, often in the most unexpected places. It challenges us to look at the world with a bit more curiosity. Who knows what other treasures are out there waiting to be found? We turn now to a story about the hidden costs of our digital world. A new report highlights a staggering surge in global electricity consumption, driven by artificial intelligence and cryptocurrency mining. This unprecedented demand is straining power grids and raising serious environmental concerns. The report details how large-scale AI models and crypto mining are consuming energy on a national scale. The electricity used by these sectors is equivalent to the total annual consumption of a country like Spain. Data centers, the physical heart of the cloud and AI, are the epicenters of this consumption. A significant portion of the energy goes to cooling systems required to prevent servers from overheating. Similarly, cryptocurrency mining relies on a global network of computers, consuming enormous amounts of power. The environmental implications are profound, contributing to a significant increase in carbon emissions. Tech giants and energy experts are scrambling for solutions, pushing for more energy-efficient AI chips and green data centers. However, the pace of technological development is outstripping the pace of innovation in energy efficiency. This issue is also creating new geopolitical tensions, with countries competing to become hubs for AI development. It's a complex balancing act with high economic and environmental stakes. As we become more reliant on AI and digital systems, we must confront the physical world costs. The invisible cloud has a very real and very large physical footprint. The media landscape is undergoing a seismic shift, with individual content creators at the epicenter. These digital entrepreneurs are building media empires from their bedrooms, commanding massive audiences. The creator economy is not just a trend, it's a fundamental rewriting of the rules of business, advertising, and journalism. Platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and Substack have dismantled the traditional media model. Now, anyone with a camera and a compelling voice can speak directly to a global audience. This new generation of media moguls is incredibly diverse, fostering a sense of community and trust. Creators are monetizing their content through advertising, brand sponsorships, merchandise sales, and direct support from fans. Legacy media companies are struggling to compete with the agility and authenticity of individual creators. The rise of the creator economy has also led to a proliferation of misinformation and disinformation. The pressure to constantly produce new content can lead to burnout and mental health issues. Despite these challenges, the trend shows no signs of slowing down. The creator economy is empowering new voices and enabling new forms of storytelling. It's a democratization of media that is messy, chaotic, and incredibly vibrant. The long-term impact on society is still unfolding. Will this lead to a more informed, engaged citizenry, or a more fragmented and polarized one? What is certain is that the lone creator is now at the very center of the media universe. If you're borrowing a friend's or family member's password for HBO Max, your days of free streaming may be numbered. Warner Bros. Discovery is launching a major crackdown on password sharing. The move signals a shift in the streaming wars, as companies focus on profitability. For years, password sharing was an open secret in the streaming industry. Companies often turned a blind eye, viewing it as a form of marketing. But now, the landscape has changed dramatically, and growth has slowed. The new policy will use technology to detect when an account is being used outside of the primary household. Users identified as sharing their password will receive notifications to create their own paid account or pay for an extra member slot. The move is a gamble, as Netflix saw a surge in new signups after its crackdown. Warner Bros. Discovery is betting that the quality and exclusivity of its content will convince freeloaders to start paying. This crackdown is part of a broader trend in the entertainment industry. The era of cheap, easily accessible streaming is coming to an end. Consumer advocacy groups have raised concerns, arguing that these policies affect lower-income individuals. The success or failure of this move by Max will be closely watched by its competitors. For viewers, this means it's time to take stock of your streaming subscriptions. The days of having access to a vast library of content through borrowed accounts are fading. The streaming wars have entered a new, more transactional phase. And now for a quick look at some of the other major stories making news around the world today. In Tokyo, Japanese markets have reacted positively to the central bank's decision to maintain its ultra-low interest rate policy. Moving to Africa, leaders from the African Union are meeting to discuss a coordinated response to the escalating food security crisis in the Horn of Africa. In the world of science, astronomers using the James Webb Space Telescope have announced the discovery of what they believe are the most distant galaxies ever observed. From South America, Brazil's government has launched a new initiative to combat illegal deforestation in the Amazon rainforest. In sports news, the host city for the 2036 Summer Olympics is set to be announced next week. Turning to Europe, tensions are high along the border between Poland and Belarus, after Polish authorities accused Belarus of orchestrating a new wave of migrant crossings. In entertainment, the long-awaited sequel to the highest-grossing animated film of all time, has finally released its first trailer. From the United Kingdom, the National Health Service has begun rolling out a new AI-powered diagnostic tool designed to detect early signs of lung cancer. And that's a wrap for today's global trending news. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for your daily 10-minute update. We'll be back tomorrow with more headlines from around the world. Until then, stay informed and stay safe. Our goal here is to provide you with a reliable starting point for understanding each and every day. Thank you for trusting us with your time and attention. We know you have endless choices for information, and we're grateful you chose to spend these 10 minutes with us. We'll continue to track these developments and bring you the latest tomorrow.